my name is Bill Bradley. I'm an extreme endurance athlete. The topic of today's video is keep the basics in check. So I'm out here in the Mojave Desert. I've been climatizing and training for a couple weeks, getting ready for a quadruple Badwater, 584 miles in Death Valley, where you go back and forth 4 times in temperatures during the heat of the day that are probably going to be above 120. And so the main thing I realize that I have to do is I have to keep the basics in check. I have to keep the basics in check. I say to myself, what are the worst things that can go wrong with me? Well, the 2 big things are get some sort of heat exhaustion, nausea, start throwing up out there, and that's going to seriously derail my energy if I'm throwing up out there. The second thing I have to keep an eye on, which I've had a lot of problems with this in the past, especially in the heat, is my feet. I can't get trench foot on my feet. I can't get my feet all puckered up from getting them wet or sweaty and not change, or, you know, in snow melt when I go up Mount Whitney. I mean, I just can't afford to get trench foot on my feet and get them covered in blisters. It frickin' is super painful, and this is a really long way to go with that amount of pain. I've experienced that pain for periods of time, but nowhere's near if I get it in this event. So I'm going to keep a sharp eye on the basics. I'm going to make sure I'm keeping my fluids are feeling good. My stomach's feeling good. If I start to feel bad in my stomach, I'm going to start changing out my electrolytes, go to pure water, maybe even take a little break to get my stomach back in line. For my feet, like when I go up, last time I did a double Badwater with a Mount Whitney summit. When I went up in Whitney, there was snow melt and I got my feet wet and it tortured me on the way back. I got that trench foot, I got tons of blisters, and it was just absolute torture. So when I go up Whitney this time, in case there is snow melt, I'm carrying extra pairs of socks. So if I have to walk through a stream, I'm immediately because it's such a hard event. I don't want to have all that pain from the crazy stuff that you can avoid if you're careful and if you keep your stuff in check. So keep the basics in check. If you got a big event, a big race, remember, whatever the basics are, you got to keep them in check. Anyway, if you want to contact me, you can email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com. Thank you very much.